Hello everyone and welcome to Ranked. This is kind of like a spin-off show of General Chats, but will take place within the kind of General Chats episode count. And, well, Ranked is essentially a show where we rank. Where we rank stuff. So, based on my personal opinion, I will not be taking anyone else's opinion into consideration because, well, in this episode we will be talking about 6 of the 9 films nominated for the last Oscars, and I'm going to be talking about Joker, and I don't really want to hear about how Joker's so terrible. Honestly, I really enjoy it, but we'll get into that when we're ranking. So, yeah. I guess there's really, no sense in dawdling. Let's get right down to it. I just like to point out that I will not be talking about the films Little Women, Marriage Story, or The Irishman, three of the 9 films that were nominated at the last Oscars. I will not be talking about them because I haven't seen them, so I have no right to comment on them, on their quality. But I can tell that Little Women isn't the kind of film I would enjoy. So, let's get right back to business. Number 6. Joker! Probably already guessed that the lack of shuffling required to pick it up off my pile, like the 6 films I'll be talking about. I'll be ranking today. I have them on the pile. I will not show you the pile as it will give away my rankings. But yes, coming in at number 6, Joker. Now, I honestly don't care if people say that this is a bad film. I think it's actually a pretty good film. I like it mainly because it really does tackle mental health issues, and I like that about it. It's got really good direction. It's a decent written script with an Oscar-winning performance by Joaquin Phoenix. And no, I will not be pushing his vegan agenda in this episode. But yeah, I like this film. It's good. Good script, good directing, good cinematography, good acting, especially from Joaquin Phoenix, because as he won the Oscar, his performance stands out. I don't really remember too much about the score that was Oscar winning. The score was Oscar winning, but it doesn't really stand out for me in my memory. And no matter what people say, I saw a video saying where the big twist where actually most of what Zazie Beetz' character in the film is actually all in Arthur's head. And I did not see that twist coming. I thought it was a brilliant twist. Yes, but apparently everyone saw that twist coming. I personally didn't. So they're probably lying about being able to see it coming just to try and seem smart. Like people who tell me Detective Pikachu is easy to predict. But yeah, that was a pretty good twist of that most of Zazie Beetz' character in the film was all inside Arthur's head, so Joker coming in really strong at number 6. Next, I will say for all the movies I'll be talking about on this list, I think they're all really good and all deserve to be nominated. But the one at the top of the list is truly Best Picture worthy, which will kind of make people angry. So, number 5, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is his ninth. No, this is technically like his 10th film, because I personally count Kill Bill as 2 separate films, as everyone should. But yeah, this is a pretty good film, set in the golden age of Hollywood. Everyone was just like raving about Brad Pitt's Oscar-winning performance in this film. Honestly, his performance doesn't really stand out that much for me, apart from like a few scenes. It was mostly that dude's Leonardo DiCaprio's performance in the film that stood out for me more, as I don't really watch Leonardo DiCaprio films. I love Inception, and and Django Unchained's a really good movie. I have unfortunately seen the Romeo and Juliet film because I was forced to, so I don't really watch his films. And I love Quentin Tarantino films. But yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio was a pretty good performance in this film. Brad Pitt didn't really stand out for me, apart from like the ending scenes and like a lot of scenes spread throughout. And also his long hair in the film like ages him up like 10 years. But yeah, it is very well written, as with all Tarantino films. Again, with all Tarantino films, it is very well directed. Very good set design, given though it's set in the golden age of Hollywood. And honestly, Quentin Tarantino deserved to walk away with like some kind of award for doing this movie, because it is a good movie. There was a little bit like of a blip in the third act, but other than that, good movie. Fantastic movie. Before we go on to number 4, I should have probably said for Joker that Joker deserves to be nominated for Best Picture a lot more than Black Panther did, because that film was not Oscar Best Picture worthy. Why it was even nominated, I don't get. Alright, number 4. For the purposes of this, this film has a separate title in the UK, so I will be using its US title, because I absolutely hate the UK title. It's a terrible title for this movie, and besides, the American title sounds much cooler, much more epic. It is Ford v Ferrari. So I really love this film. It's a really good film. Like from the first trailer, I wanted to go see it because I'd say it's a biopic about car racing from the director of Logan. If that doesn't make you want to go see it, then nothing. Well, anyway, this is a pretty good film. It's a pretty good film. The 2 lead actors gave pretty good performances. Honestly, James Mangold was snubbed at the Oscars because they didn't nominate him for any. Well, they did nominate him for Best Picture for this, which he sadly didn't win. But he should have been nominated for Best Director, at least over Scorsese, because that would have been. because he does. Because I do know he has won awards for directing this. So, but this is actually a really good film. Highly recommend it. Amazing like set design and technical stuff in it. Like, I think the two awards it did win were for editing, like film and sound editing. I don't get why that is. It really should have won something a lot cooler. At least James Mangold nominated for Best Director over Martin Scorsese. I'm only just saying over Martin Scorsese because I haven't seen The Irishman, so I don't know what his directing was like with that. But yeah, also, what is wrong? Seriously, why change the name for the UK? Why this? I prefer this title. This is the actual title. Ford v Ferrari. Yeah, honestly, I just have to say, really good movie. I saw this one in the cinema. Oh, and I just love being like blown away with how good it was. Alright, let's move on to number 3. Jojo Rabbit. Because Jojo Rabbit is an absolutely great movie. I love this movie. It's so well written and directed and just kind of like portrays like a lot of the emotion. Like, there's a lot of heart behind the film, which I do really, really love. Taika Waititi won the Oscar for writing this, so well deserved. ScarJo was nominated for her role in this, Best Supporting Actress, but people were complaining about her accent. Personally, I have no problem with her accent. Just, you gotta look at her performance. She was giving a good performance. And besides, this is actually a really clever film. Was a satire done well. This was a good satire done well. Oh, because like when you're doing something like a black comedy about Nazis, that can get a little, like, doing it can get a bit dicey. So to actually have like pulled it off is the reason it's number 3. Alright, that just leaves 2 films left. My pick at number 2 is going to upset a lot of people, but I have my reasons for it being at number 2. Anyway, number 2, Parasite. I just talked about this in the last episode of General Chat, and now it is number 2 on our ranking. And we have Parasite, a really good film by Bong Joon-ho. It had me hooked from the very first frame. So that is that, which is actually very hard to do to me. So I'd say, my hat's off, congratulations. But yeah, won 4 Oscars, including Best Screenplay and Best Director, I think. Cause I'm not currently looking at it, but I know it won Best International Film, which I didn't honestly expect it to win Best Picture. Yeah, but I watched it. It was a really good film. Really good writing, directing, acting, cinematography. Someone pointed out that it had like good editing. I didn't really notice the editing. And I didn't really notice the editing, so I'm not mentioning it. But I think this is the first Bong Joon-ho film I've I have not seen Snowpiercer, even though I want to, because I'm currently because the Snowpiercer TV show is currently on, running, and I do watch that. I did really like the twist in genre towards the end. It kind of like starts off as like a film, kind of starts off like a black comedy kind of thing, then turns towards a thriller. Turns into a thriller towards the end. I really did like that. Now I got dust on my case. Almost lost my train of thought there. But honestly, it's not my number one pick because honestly, it felt like needed to shave like 10 minutes off. 10 minutes off the film, and because like it's a pretty good movie, but just like maybe 10 shave like 10 if they'd shaved 10 minutes off, like condensed it, kind of like made it a little bit more streamlined into, and because it was like I think it was like 1 hour 40 when they were when the main family of the story they're like kind of like homeless in a shelter because of like their little apartment's been flooded. I felt like even though it didn't really wrap up all the storylines movie, I would have felt that kind of felt like a good place to end the film. Although the last act of the film was like pretty good overall, pretty good film. Reason it's not my number one. All right, here we go. Our number one pick. Drum roll, please. Okay, if you need to drum roll more, carry on. It is 1917. Man, this was such a good movie. It was a real good movie. I know people haven't watched this because maybe they're not like a huge fan of war movies. That shouldn't really matter. You should watch regardless whether or not you're a fan of war movies. But yeah, this was done by by an Oscar-winning director, Sam Mendes. It was edited together to make it seem like it was all one take, which I really did enjoy that. I felt like it brought a lot. Of different things to the film. Kind of like helped it feel real. Like helped the film feel really real. Like there's some stellar acting in the film, and just like they managed to get some big British name stars, just like cameo. You know, Benedict Cumberbatch, Richard Madden, Colin Firth, Mark Strong. They only appear for like 5 minutes at a time. And I think that really helped because the film was focused on the two main characters. There's George McKay and Dean Charles Chapman. So yes, this is my number one pick because it is such a good movie. Should have won Best Director. Really well written screenplay. I don't care how many people are upset with my rankings. They're my rankings. I'm sticking to them. This one should have won Best Picture. Just saying. And let's think. Was there anything that I would have liked to see nominated? Knives Out. Knives Out should have been nominated for Best Picture at least. Knives Out was a really good movie. Also, Avengers Endgame, that should have been nominated. Why does Black Panther get nominated and Infinity War and Endgame don't get nominated? I don't get that. Can someone please explain that to me? In the comments down below or on Twitter. But anyway, this has been my definitive ranking. I'm not changing I'm not changing it no matter how many times people yell at me about it. Joker. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1917 number 1. Always. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching the premiere episode of Ranked. In the next episode, we will be ranking the MCU Phase 1, which will be very exciting. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.